Mandela effect, I think I seen a UFO. What? It's the Jimmy Jam show. Mandela effect, I think I seen a UFO. It's the Jimmy Jam show. It's the Jimmy Jam show. It's the Jimmy Jam show. Conspiracy, it's the Jimmy Jam show. It's the Jimmy Jam show. It's the Jimmy Jam show. What? I think I seen a UFO.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jimmy Jams back again with some more crazy lives. I got my crew with me: Ronnie the Rat, Hector from Tijuana, Voltron, Primal Optimus, and my main man in the back, Brain. And of course, I'm Jimmy Jams. If you're new to my channel and this is your first time here, make sure you Kung Fu chop that subscribe button, give this video a like, and right hook that bell for notifications so you can know when new videos come out, new live stuff. Alright, and if you do that, we're giving away an Xbox One the last week of April. You also have to add our Facebook page at Jams TV. That's it, and you're entered. So guys, when you jump in the room, let me know you're here so I can say hello to you guys. And I want to go over a little bit of the Fair Use Act while I got a second too. That's why I have it pulled up. Michael, Overact, Happy. Good to see you guys. Okay, we're going to go over this disclaimer at the beginning of every show. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107, the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay guys, everything we use here that we show clips of belongs to somebody else. We do not own that. It's all property of the rightful owners. So now that we got that out the way, how are you guys doing tonight? I hope everybody is doing well. We got the new camera, guys. I hope it looks a lot better for you, a lot clearer. I know on my end it looks a lot clearer. So we're still working out all the details and the bugs with the new stuff we're working on. We got a new microphone coming in too, so we should have that in sometime this week. So everything's going to be looking better, sounding better. You can't stop the rock, guys. Alright, let me switch over to your chat so we can see it in the feed. So I can see what you guys are up to. You're teaching us. I'm definitely teaching you guys, Happy. It's good to see you again, man. How you doing? Tina. Disclaimer right off the top, overacting. You know how we got to do sometimes. We got to make sure we play everything safe. So yeah, there's a few of y'all in here so far. So I got the room tagged, and hopefully some new people will jump in. We'll just keep an eye on everybody that comes through to make sure nobody's crazy. And we're going to jump right into a video, guys. We ain't going to stop the rock, right? We'll keep it going like we always do. This is a Mandela effect video I pulled up. So, let's check it out. I need to pull it. Welcome. Before I go into that, guys, let me pull up the stream on Jams TV 2 real fast so I can be watching the stream. If anything happens to go wrong with the stream, I'll know right off the bat. So let me go ahead and pull that up real fast, because I don't have it on my screen, guys. So let me pull up Jams TV 2. First one that popped up, that's always good. Alright, so we're live. So I'll be able to see what the page finally looks like. First one that popped up, that's always good. Okay, so far it don't look too bad. Let me switch between them. I never did change up the latency, guys, so it's probably still a little bit of a delay. I'll be able to tell once I switch this page what the delay is. So is everybody having a good night? What's everybody getting into? Alright, let's see how long it takes to change on the watch page. Oh, it needs to be playing. That's right. So I know there is a little delay, and I meant to set that before I went live, but it just slipped my mind again. Oh yes, it snowed 6 inches here, guys. We just got about 6 inches of snow, like a blizzard came through. Crazy. So yeah, there's a pretty good delay still. I should have next show I will definitely take care of that delay. But the layout don't look bad. My camera is a little off, but it ain't terrible. I can live with that. So let's go ahead and run this this video. Let me get it where I can see who's in the chat. Okay, let me give it a like. If you're in the room, guys, make sure you give the video a like. The more likes we get on them, the more people are going to want to watch them that happen to stroll past it. So let me go ahead, shrink this. Let's run this video, guys.
Back to Star Talk from Manhattan, New York City, North America, Western Hemisphere, Earth, Solar System, Sagittarius Arm, Milky Way Galaxy, Sagittarius Arm, Milky Way Galaxy.
All right, let me see something, guys. I need to sign into the other YouTube account real fast. Just a little technical difficulties. I need to be able to see the status of the feed while I'm doing it, and I can't see the status like this, so I have to sign in the Jams TV page to be able to see the status of the stream. So if anything goes crazy with the stream, I know it's going crazy. Let's see. Creator Studio. Okay, now I got the stream up. Health is good. Let's go ahead and shrink this down and finish this video. So there's 7 of you guys in here. That's awesome. It's starting to grow a little more. Guys, is my stream in 1080 right now? If you look, is it in 1080? No, I didn't get my money from YouTube. I spent my paycheck on it. I'm hoping the money comes in. I also got the P.O. box today for people that want to pre-order their shirts. The P.O. box number 7433, Chesapeake, Virginia 23324. That's the P.O. box for the channel. Any mail, actual mail, like y'all want to write or send in, that's where it goes. Now I actually get my mail. Won't take me forever to get it. Okay, cool. That's good that I'm in 1080 finally. It was a lot. I guess the camera at the frame rate that I was running wasn't running good enough to run it in 1080i. So now that the new camera's here, it's good to go. Now y'all can see me. I feel all ugly. Cool, guys. I am going to take call-ins tonight, so we'll run this video, then we'll jump over to some of the calls. Let me go back to the chat so I can see what you guys are up to real fast. Okay, Chesapeake Wood Tunnel. Tina said you need a razor. Yeah, it's about time to shave. I'm getting a little furry. But it's cold here. It just snowed 6 inches. So I might need to not shave for a couple days. Let it warm back up. But yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It's about razor time. Hey, Amanda. See, people are finding a new room. That's awesome. That's awesome. 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 Stoked. Alright, let's go back to this video. Keep it running like old days. Nothing's changing. What about that, guys? What do you think? Could it be angels in the sky? It's trippy, ain't it? So I haven't shared this on my Facebook yet, so I still need to share to a few places. Let me see if I can share this right from this this page right here. Oh, I can't share it from this page. I would have to actually go back, and I'm actually trying to watch the stream tonight, make sure everything stays good. Happy said he feels weird not being blue. Alright guys, let's throw this out there again. We're using this video for Fair Use Act, for educational purposes, to discuss and to educate. I don't really know what this has to do with the Mandela effect, but it said Mandela effect video and it had the disclaimer, so I needed the disclaimer anyway, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna just read this disclaimer and go with the video. I don't think the wrenches were the problem. I think it's just, you know, either I showed something that had a commercial, outside commercial or something like that, or it was just that show. Because they stopped the stream during when I tried to show one time, when I tried to show the Trailer Park Boys. And it stopped that night when we were watching that psychic show, and then they completely cut the stream down. So I don't know, but then they monetized all my videos on my page. It was weird. I think this video is just a bunch of random images. I think, I'm not 100% sure. It was just a random video pick, guys. We'll run into something else a little more our speed in a second. Let me go ahead back to this gym video. Happy. It was a Mandela effect. It was all a dream. You were never blue. You were always black. Okay, there's absolutely no point to this video. I've come to that conclusion. So let's get away from that, guys. Let's go with our bodies have changed. That's a good one. Sounds pretty decent. I just want to make this aware. We're using this under the Fair Use Act for educational purposes, to educate you guys on the Mandela effect. We do not own any rights to this video. All property is there for the owner and the creator of this video. If the video would play. It don't like us, people. Okay, it's playing now.
I looked at this information about the Mandela effect. I know it's been around probably 2 years, since 2016, and it's implying that there's change and people have false memories or are in a different reality.
What's up, Raider?
But you know, you look at stuff and it becomes information, and it becomes from information it becomes knowledge. But the profound thing is about this Mandela effect is that it's actually physically changed us. And first of all, I'm going to show you a video of a nurse talking about the changes that the Mandela effect has.
Okay, yeah, body changes, definitely. One of the major ones for me in the Mandela effect was the eyes behind. The bones behind your eyes. That one kind of blew my mind a little bit. And in the kidneys moving. That was a big change for me as well. Because I always remember your kidneys being in your lower back, sides. Now they're all up in your rib cage, protected. You can't even kidney punch nobody no more. It's weird. Our reality is definitely changing, guys.
Has caused, you know, everything's different. The anatomy of the human is all in a different place, and as I said, you know, there's a lot of information from 2016 about this Mandela effect, but we're in 2018 now, and it seems that the changes.
Water tunnel. Okay, I got your message to James earlier. I didn't have a chance. I was running around and doing stuff today. I had to go by the bank. I had to go get the camera. I had to set up the P.O. box. I had to talk to the people at the t-shirt stuff. I did a lot. I got a lot accomplished today, believe it or not. And I still got a video out. So today for me was a really successful day. So we might get a little bit of this stop in the video for a while and me talking, so it's just, you know, it's chopped up a little bit more than just straight people playing. So you're going to get a little bit of the video and a little bit of me talking, you know, the commentary to critique, so we know what we're learning about the Mandela effect, guys, because these are educational videos. That's what we're using them for. And the Mandela effect, there's body changes. Now, can I feel any of the changes in my body? No, I can't feel that my kidneys move. Like, I woke up, I didn't feel no different, but for some reason my kidneys are in a different place. I feel like I woke up in a tub full of ice and somebody done cut me open and stole my kidneys.
Coming from the Mandela effect are actually in full flow at the moment, but on a physical level. And as far as information's concerned, I looked at everything, and when we look at information, it's kind of like external from it's just something we're looking at. But when we realise we've had these changes go on inside our own bodies, and they most definitely have, I'm fully aware of this, and I found it actually, you know, really shocking what's actually going on.
Yes, definitely, Amanda. Send some of the pictures to my email, especially if there's stuff in the images that are not supposed to be there. That would be really, really crazy. You remember back in the day when people, family members would die, people would pose with them and take photos like they were alive, like they would dress them up and sit with them and be hanging out, and they'd be dead. A lot of them pictures are collectibles right now. Like, they're expensive, believe it or not, to buy them. Because I'm trying to get me like a two-headed baby in a jar or something. Something crazy. I need it for the show.
I've had non-stop discussions with my girlfriend about it, and it kind of it's bigger than a light bulb moment, put it that way.
Water, yes, the tunnel near me. I live near the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel, the Minor and Merrimack Tunnel. I am surrounded by water because, you know, Chesapeake Bay. So there's the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnels. It's just all kind of tunnels where I'm at. Tunnels and trains and planes and ships is what's around here a lot. Norfolk, man, it's naval. You know, it's the military. It's like, you would think we would have a bigger city. Our city sucks.
And I kind of missed the information, and I missed how the changes were affecting us in a crazy manner. A lot of people are just aware of that there are Mandela effects, and they're looking at the Mandela effects, but the main thing is that it's actually changed us physically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this video. It's a mirror video. I'll put the guy's details up so I can give him credit for his video, and I'll just play this video. It's a nurse talking about the changes in the human body due to the Mandela effect.
Now, I don't know if I want to hear from a nurse. I think I would rather hear from a doctor if there's changes going on in the body. Your nurse knows how to give you some blood and walk in and hand you a pill, but the doctor is the man or woman, whichever one. Virginia Beach versus Myrtle Beach. Okay, I'll break it down for you. I've been to Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach is a ghetto Virginia Beach. If you want Myrtle Beach but a little bit nicer, come to Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach is nicer than Myrtle Beach. It almost looks identical, but Virginia Beach is a lot nicer. I ain't saying a lot nicer, but it's definitely nicer. Because when I walked through Myrtle Beach, I was like, man, I could have did this at home. This is just like Virginia Beach, but more ghetto. Like, I had to keep my wallet a little more closer to me. So, yeah. That would be my comparisons from Myrtle Beach to Virginia Beach. But I like Myrtle Beach. It's a nice place. I mean, as in general, like, I don't know, you know, like y'all's, the boardwalk there ain't quite as nice as Virginia Beach is.
So this is the guy that I've mirrored the video off. I want to give him credit. It's SRPHD, and I'll leave a link at the bottom if you want to subscribe.
James, you got to explain to me what a water bridge is. How did I come from Georgia to Virginia? Well, all my family, all my brothers and sisters are from Virginia. My mom divorced her first husband, got remarried to a guy from Georgia, and so she got married, had me. I was born in Georgia, lived there till I was like 10 or 11, and then my mom got a divorce from my dad when I was young, like a baby. So we moved back up here when I was probably 10 or 11 because all our family was here. So I'm the only one actually in my family from Georgia. But on my, you know, my dad's side, there's 3 more brothers. There's and they're from like Alabama or something like that.
Subscribe to his channel. He's got a lot of information about the Mandela effect. Very interesting channel. Go have a look there.
Go ahead.
Hey, sir. So I was just ringing up. I just wondered if you could actually do a bit of detail about your.
Okay, it's a bridge where water flows through it. Alright, let's do it. Let's play it. Let me pull the chat up for a minute. While I go ahead.
What's happened?
Well, I'll go ahead and try to find this one for y'all. Something that ain't gonna get us in trouble. Alright, let's see this.
Hi guys.
Alright guys, let's pull this up. Alright, this video right here we're using for educational purposes, to review, to educate ourselves on water bridges. So all rights are owned by the creator of this video. We're just using it under the 1976 Fair Use Act. Alrighty, let's do it.
Angel Eowyn here with the Angel Files.
In this video, I'm covering bridges that seem to have appeared to many people, mainly water bridges. Just to clarify, what makes these bridges different from any other is the fact that they are filled with water.
I have never, to this point, heard of a water bridge. Okay, James, you brought me something new today. You get 2 points and a Jams TV high five, because I had never heard of a water bridge. So, but you learn something new every day. I have never seen a bridge filled with water or water running over a bridge. That is the first in my entire life.
For navigating boats over roads and motorways. Some of these navigable aqueducts have been around apparently for many, many years, yet this seems to be a new concept for many.
Wow. Look at this one. That's crazy. I'm gonna cut that annoying music off because there ain't no sound to it. It's just the images. Let me see. But yeah, guys, water bridges. I have never heard of no such thing in my life. Look at this one here. I've never seen nothing like that, with trains going under it over water bridges. That one's in the Netherlands. You seen them overseas? That's nuts. Ain't never seen nothing like that. But like I said, guys, you learn something new every night. You know, tonight we learned about water bridges. Maybe you guys knew about them. I haven't, but apparently this is up there as a Mandela effect. If I would have watched it, I would have thought Mandela effect. I've been like, man, this ain't happening in my reality. You'd be scared to drive under them. What if it collapsed? All that water fell on top of you. I'm sure, I mean, at that amount of water, it would crush you. It would crush a car. For sure. And most of these are there any water bridges in America? That's the question. Yeah, happy that'll do that to you. How's all your classes and everything going? Everything going good with that? Alright, look at this landmass here, a water bridge with cars driving under it. I wonder how deep it is though, like how much water flows through it. Like It's 360 feet above the highway. Oh Lord. Look at that on a water bridge. I have never seen no images like this in my life, guys. Yeah, James, you be coming across some stuff, man. I ain't never seen nothing like that. But I ain't never been to Sweden either. Deep enough for ships. Yeah, that's nuts, man. Oh Lord, that's like a whole river going across a highway. Courts Monday might go away for 60 days. Well, man, we wish you the best of luck if something goes down like that. Look at that, man. I'd be scared to ride under that. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be with Tina. I'd be like, all right, we gotta stop right here and turn around and find a different route. "32 meters wide, 10 meters high." That's crazy. And they gonna dig right under it. Technology, dude. They build stuff they couldn't build back in the day. But like that one bridge, so it was old as shit. So I don't know. Get out the car and run across. That'd be more scarier. Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. You know who lives right here by this, right? This is where your buddy JimmyJamz lives right here. And I've been through this a million times. Now this is like on TV under the 8 Wonders of the World, on that show. And they had to bring in rocks to build these islands. These little islands that these tunnels go into, they're artificial islands, and all these rocks were brought from the other side of the world, supposedly, flown here and dropped, and they built this. This is one of the largest, I believe, roadway bridges, tunnels that connect in the world. I might be a little wrong on my facts, and I shouldn't be, because this is where I'm from. Miles to 1 long mile. I can tell you this, it's like $20 to go across this damn thing. And when you do it, there's a little convenience store. When you get a little ways across the bridge, there's like a little pier you can go fishing off of, and they give you a free soda, because they charge you $20 across the damn thing. That's the least they should give you a combo meal with it, a hooker or something. But it is a massive bridge. Now, I don't know about this one in Tokyo. Now, guys, if I ever get a good vacation I can go on, Tokyo is on the list of places to go, let me tell you. But you know they're going to build some bad stuff over there in Tokyo. What, the bridge? Yeah, the bridge, the Chesapeake Bay Bridge is like, it's long. It takes you about 20 minutes to get across the damn thing. And last time I was on it, an 18-wheeler flipped over in front of me and landed on its side. It was pretty crazy. It was raining. It was storming so bad, I couldn't believe they even had the bridges open. There was actually water spraying from the bay onto the bridge. And like I said, it was raining so hard, an 18-wheeler flipped over. Usually they shut it down when there's wind gusts over 40 miles an hour or something like that. 35 for big vehicles, and I think once it gets over 40, 45, even for small cars, they shut the bridge down. It's scary. The Chesapeake Tunnel Bridge never existed for you? It's a Mandela effect. It's always been here for me, because, you know, I am from this area, right here at the Chesapeake, the mouth of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. But yeah, as long as I've known, it's been here. And there's another one. There's the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel too. That's pretty big like that. But it only goes through one tunnel and not two. And it's not quite as long. Well, they did have a movie called Daybreak with I think it was Sylvester Stallone, where he went through a tunnel and the tunnel broke and it was flooding. And every time I go through these tunnels around here, because everywhere here you have to go through tunnel, everything's surrounded by water. So I always think about that movie when I'm going through the tunnel. Like, the tunnel's going to break. I'm looking for leaks. I'm driving all fast trying to get through it. Because ours goes under the bay. It's deep underwater. That thing collapses, you're done. Oh, it's called Daylight. Let's give this a little volume back.
What would come up? I mean, apart from the obvious. If we examine the symbolism of the bridge in tarot, dream interpretation, and symbology itself, we can see that it represents overcoming obstacles and difficulties, connections, progress, stability, hope, struggle, transition. Could this be ascension? Teamwork and cooperation. Could this be a reference to light workers or even the 144,000? It also represents crossing over from life to death. This reminds me of the rain.
So they're saying that the symbolism of this bridge is this us crossing over into this new transition. That's why this Mandela effect is happening. It's a sign that we're transitioning. I'm starting to get what she's talking about.
Rainbow Bridge, where animals supposedly go when they cross over. Could this be a connection to the Rainbow Children or the Rainbow Warriors of the Hopi prophecy? Then we have birth, the crossing over from the other world.
Oh, look, if Boom Boom was here, she'd be all kind of happy. Look, the cats. She'd be all catted up right now. Rob R. I found you. What up, Rob R? Yeah, everybody's finding me. Y'all dudes, you know what the crazy thing is y'all follow such good instructions. I made one little video that said, here we are, and you guys came right on over because you're awesome. And y'all know how to follow instructions. I must have said it 50 times in that video. I think a kindergartner would have knew about Jams TV. I was like, Jams TV, Jams TV 2, Jams TV 2. It was almost like the Gucci Gang video. I said it so many times.
To this. Perhaps this means our shifting or our transportation from the old reality to this new reality.
Guys, it's going to grow. Of course it's going to grow because we got a bunch of cool ass people in here. We watch some pretty cool stuff. We're into a bunch of crazy stuff. And so I can't see how it couldn't grow. I wouldn't be investing my money into it if I didn't think this channel would grow, or my time. Honestly, I believe, like you guys, that it's going to be pretty cool one day. It's just going to take a lot of time to build it and get it off the ground. But I think what I'm doing here is a little bit different than what everybody else is doing. I mean, it's close to some people, but it's still a little different. And I think the right amount of time, it would grow if YouTube would leave it alone and let me ride with what I'm doing. Oh, but by the way, guys, all videos used here that we're watching today, we're using under the Fair Use Act 1976 for educational or reporting purposes. So we're just reviewing stuff here, guys. That's what we do. We criticize, review, and we educate.
Bridges in mythology takes us a step further. And
Thank you,
I would
Steve.
like to go
Thank
into
you.
this a little more in detail, because here is where I think things get interesting. Okay, looking back beyond the historical past, the bridge structure has been around from the beginning of our mythical past. More than physical structure, the image...
Now, I don't be knowing about all this mythological stuff now. I ain't gonna fake on you. I don't be knowing about all this tarot card or none of that.
of a bridge mythically symbolizes the pathway to paradise. It is a transition or movement to a better place. The transition over the bridge symbolizes what has been referred to as paradise found, or the return. It is...
Now, if I happen to drop dead and I see a bridge, I ain't crossing it. I'm going to be like, uh-oh, there got to be something on the other side of that bridge. I might just chillax here on this side of the bridge and hang out.
the final stage of myths and the ending of the journey. There are...
Boom, boom. We were just talking about you. We were watching a video, right? And it had some pretty little cats in the clouds. And I was like, if Boom was here, she'd be so stoked to see these little kittens in the clouds. You're like Beetlejuice.
Several aspects in the transition to paradise that the bridge embodies. The first is the crossing of the bridge itself, often a test or challenge of worthiness. The nature of the actual bridge may test the soul. Those who are evil or fail the tests fall into darkness or hell, while the good move safely to heaven.
See, it didn't take us long to get all our locals back. So, like, this bridge is the transition point, like, kind of how she's referring to. Like, some Catholics believe in the purgatory, where you're trapped. You're kind of stuck here. You can't quite go to heaven, and you ain't quite in hell. You're not quite bad, but you're not quite spiritually enough enlightened to ascend into heaven. So you're kind of trapped. You're kind of stuck.
The Islamic religion believes in the path of the God. It is the size of a rope, and one must travel 3,000 miles or hours long, 1,000 upwards, 1,000 across, and 1,000 downwards to reach heaven.
Okay, right there. You just learned it on Jams TV tonight. There's the directions to get to heaven. You got to go 1,000 feet up, 1,000 feet to the left. Then it's like, you know, it's a big curve. You just got to go up over the firmament, bust a left, then you hang a right at the Tesla roaster, and then bam, you're in heaven, guys. Right there. Jams TV tells you how to get to heaven. Now, what other YouTubers are out there live giving you directions to heaven? Only me. Only me. And I get a hard time up here. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Why anybody would have messed with me. Alright, let me pull y'all's chat up for a minute. See what y'all guys are up to. So when I replay this video, everybody can see. The good thing about Jams TV 2 is when you watch the Jams TV 2, all the chat, we really don't need to chat in the video anymore because the chat comes up on the side. It never did that on Jams TV. It still don't do it on Jams TV. One, because we can't stream from Jams TV. So, what was I going to say? Couldn't have been too important. Oh, I'm going to do it for the simple fact is I might still post some of these videos onto the Jams TV. After they're done, I'll rip them down off of Jams TV 2 and re-upload them to Jams TV 1 and monetize them. So the fans that haven't came over, they watch them, they get hit with a commercial for being late. That's what they get for being late. They could have came over here and not got no commercials, but now they got to get hit with a commercial because the time I rip it and bring it back over there, it's going to have a commercial for all my labor because it's labor intensive. But I'm looking forward to getting a new mic and getting this board because usually sometimes y'all can see it, but there's a board here and I set everything on it, and it kind of sucks because I'm kind of trapped here if I want to move around or get up for anything. So the new mic stand is like the boom stand. It'll clip onto the desk over here or one of these tables I got set up because I really don't have a desk, and it'll boom out in front of me and I'll be able to move it, pull it up, talk. It'll be pretty cool. So the camera's here. I got that today. The mic should be here by the end of the week. Filthy Rich Punk said he was going to contribute a mic, said he was going to order one, but I never heard back from him, so I couldn't put everything on hold. I mean, it was a good thought. Hopefully, you know, if people want to do that stuff, they can, to help the channel. But Apparently, I can't wait forever, so I had to order a mic. So it is what it is. So, but I hadn't heard back from him, so I just took it as in maybe he was just bull crap and really wasn't gonna do that. So I just went ahead and dropped the money, and I'll probably eat 99-cent cheeseburgers for the rest of the week. But it is what it is. I'm clear, and I'm in HD. I can starve. I might be clear in HD and skinny by next week, but you know, it is what it is. And now I don't even have the super chat button anymore, which, you know, kind of sucks, because now people can't contribute to the page like they did before. But the way I work it now is we still got the Patreon, Jams TV, which you can join, and I'll take donations or whatever through PayPal, and I ain't set that up yet though, and through the P.O. box. And if anybody wants to help out, they can help out like that. Gets kind of expensive. Just the internet alone is like $130 a month for the high-speed uploads to be able to bring you these shows without it messing up on my end. And then, you know, you got the $200 cameras, you got the microphones. It starts to add up. Adds up quick. I know, my wallet feels empty.
For the good souls, a white horse, reference to crystal children maybe, will be waiting to carry them across quickly. The wicked souls are burned by the fires of hell raging below, which causes them to fall. Other examples of symbolic bridges can be found in the Muslim tradition. They call this mythological passage the Bridge of Jahannam, Al-Sirat, or the Path. This bridge to paradise is narrower than a spider's thread and sharper than a sword. The wicked will fall into mid-hell, while the good will pass safely into heaven. The formal characteristics of the bridge differ in the Inca tradition. The Incas viewed Hanan Pacha, their version of heaven, as accessible only over a bridge woven from hairs. Looking at the Japanese Shinto religion gives us a view of the bridge Amo no Ukihashi, also known as the floating bridge of heaven. This connects the home of the sky gods, Takamagahara, to earth.
Guys, okay, here's the thing. When I get my new stuff, yeah, I do have the other camera. It's on my floor somewhere. And a mic. I do have that. But it's got to be for my co-host. So whoever's going to come up here with me live, hopefully a hot chick. We get more views, I'm telling you. More people would subscribe. We need a chick. We need a chick co-host. But yeah, I'll have this mic, and I have an extra camera. Now that camera, y'all guys seen what I was working with, right? It ain't the best camera, but it worked. I used it for what, 2-3 months straight, making videos. And well, I didn't make videos with that camera. I used my GoPro. Use GoPros to make some of the videos, but them last few videos I made were on that webcam. It seems to work in HD when you use it in an editing program, but when you stream with it, it won't stream in HD because what was it, 480 guys, the resolution. So it's okay. I mean, yeah, I would hopefully want somebody to get something better than that. I want somebody with a good camera and a good personality. Good personality goes a long way.
Beyond the challenging nature of the bridge itself, many cultures believe that the bridge to heaven is watched over by a guardian who will either aid or hinder those who...
Now, it don't gotta be a girl. I'm just saying that, joking around. It could really be anybody that can carry a conversation, halfway intelligent, partly retarded like me. If I can do it, anybody can do it, kind of thing, I guess. You know what I'm saying? It don't take you to sit up here and talk to people. You know, if you're good with people and you like to talk, YouTube's for you, man. You know, I just need a teammate. I need somebody to run this with.
Attempt to cross it. This bridge guardian exists to protect the pathway and judge potential crossers. The Bridge of Judgment in the Zoroastrian belief judges the true nature of a man.
Alright guys, also we need to track us down some guests for this week coming up. Because with us not being able to show as many videos and stuff like that, I want to bring in more guests. So y'all guys start bombarding people on who we can get in here. We need a few guests for this week to eat up a couple shows. And that would be like evening shows, not the 11 o'clock shows. 11 o'clock we're going to do is like hangout stuff. But I want to do like, you know, my regular show, hour-long show that's based on something, you know. So when people watch the replay of it, it's just not a bunch of people hanging out at something they can actually watch. So, yeah, let me go back to this video real fast.
At death, every soul has an individual evaluation at the bridge of the separator, the Sinvat bridge, and is met by the personification of their soul and conscious. For the good, a beautiful maiden will await their arrival and take them safely to heaven. The path becomes wide and smooth, and their way is clear and easy. An ugly hag will meet the wicked, and the path narrows as they attempt to cross, causing them to fall into the pit of hell.
Man, I hope when I get there ain't an ugly hag. All my life's been ugly hags. I'm just playing.
Further examples of this include the Norse tradition, where Heimdall guards the bridge Bifrost connecting Midgard to Asgard. It is covered with flame to keep those unworthy of entering Asgard from crossing. It's usually depicted as a rainbow.
Yeah, old wrestlers, people that are into flat earth, Mandela effect, conspiracy, anything crazy, or just anybody cool. If they're cool and what they talk about is cool, we'll check it out. And if we can get them up here and talk about it, that's even better.
There's the rainbow connection again.
Okay, we are watching something on the water bridge. She's saying that these bridges, these new water bridges, I don't know if he was in here when we were showing them, is water that goes over the bridge and cars are riding underneath the water. Okay, so she's saying it's a Mandela effect, that these things never existed. And she's relating this bridge to a spiritual thing, as in we're seeing them now because it's a sign that this is the gateway into like another realm, into the spirit world. And earlier she was giving directions on how to get to heaven. So y'all might should have wrote that down, because when y'all die, you don't want to get lost. You'd be like, damn, I should have paid more attention to Jams TV. I would know how to get to heaven.
In the native,
and if you need help, it'll be too late, because I'll be there with the old hag. Okay, so if you need my help at the end of days, be looking for the old hag, and I'll probably be standing over there by her.
Native American Plains tribes, owl women guard the bridge to the afterlife. On the Malay Peninsula, the Menai Kayan have the tradition of Balan Bakam, or the Bridge of the Dead.
Bakam. That almost sounds like I'm getting shot with a missile launcher. Balan Bakam.
This is guarded by Mampas to keep the wicked from travelling to Belet, the afterworld. The Persians have a different view, believing that Rashnu, personification of righteousness and divine angel of justice and last judgment, acts as guardian along with Mithra, god of light, and Sraoza, personification of obedience. Together they guard the bridge to heaven, Chinvat, where Rashnu judges the soul on golden scales. The wider sort.
If he weighed my soul, it would come up 28 grams.
Of cultural myths vividly reinforces the universal characteristics of the bridge. Deeply engulfed in our mythological background, the symbolism of bridges has reinvented itself in modern day life.
He has his music copyrighted now. When I was showing the replay of the video the other night on this channel, remember I was showing me watching the Flat Earth video? When I was done, there was a copyright claim on that video from the Flat Earth song. So he must have recently did that, or it's a Mandela effect, because remember I showed his videos all the time and never got no copyright things on it.
The Norwegian folktale The Three Billy Goats Gruff tells the story of three goats that...
Oh, y'all want to hear something even crazier that messed my day completely up? I'll share this with y'all. Let me jump over to the chat for a minute. Okay, my Jim Carrey video that's at like 750,000 hits. There's a little clip in it, about 30 seconds, that Netflix owns. Now, how? I don't know. I just snatched the clips from somewhere, but they blocked my video. And the crazy thing is, in all three of them big Jim Carrey videos I put out that were doing really good in numbers, they blocked them in every country in the world, on the globe. The only people that can watch them videos if you live on Mars now, and they blocked them, I guess, yesterday. But it don't matter. Them videos really served a purpose. They really helped build Jams TV, and I'm glad I could run all them hits while I could before they got yoked. So it's a game of cat and mouse, I guess. Run till they catch it. You know what I'm saying? And they'll eventually catch it, and they did. They caught it, but they caught it what, 3-4 months later after the video. You know, it racked in 750,000 hits. So, and it helped build a subscriber base here. That's, you know, thousands of people. It couldn't have hurt it none. So, but it's kind of depressing because them videos were still constantly getting hits, like comments every day, hits every day, at least 100 hits a day just on that video. And put a little blow. It was a little blow to the page. I was like, man, that sucks. But I can't just go back and take out the clip it either. So it's kind of just like the video's dead. I could redo the video, but it's kind of lost steam now, you know, because he's not acting as crazy no more or nothing like that. So I don't know. YouTube hit me kind of hard, man, just like back to back. Like, boom, snatch the live feed. Boom, snatch the Jim Carrey videos. It was a blow. It was a blow. But guys, the new t-shirts are almost ready, and I'm taking the pre-orders. And if you want one, all you gotta do is send your money. Here's the thing, guys. If you send cash, fold it up in a card, it goes to a P.O. box. Nobody can get to it. It's inside a building. I'm the only one with a key. So it's a steel box, so nobody can get to it. So if you send cash, I'll get the cash. If not, send it to me personally. If you need my personal name, information, I can get that to you. Check a money order. Make sure you include your size. And as soon as I get that, I'm going to pack your stuff up. Because the time it would take you to send it to me, I'm going to have the shirts anyway. So, they're going to be black with the alien. I'm not for sure if the first run's going to say Icon Food Chopped on the back or not. But I know eventually the run will say that. I'm not positive on the first ones. But I did tell him that. But my guitarist, he's a dum-dum sometimes, dude. Love the guy to death, but he can be a complete dum-dum. And when I told him, I was surprised that he got to it so fast. Like, I was like, wow, he actually did something I asked him to do. Sometimes you'll be amazed in life. It's the small things. Shut up. Alright, let's go with this video. Let's go back to the video, guys.
Wish to travel across a bridge where green grass is plentiful. This cliched concept of wanting to go where the grass is greener references the desire to travel to a better place or paradise. As the three goats make their way across the bridge to paradise, they're confronted and delayed by the evil troll. Before they can continue, on the other...
Oh Lord, not the evil troll. There's nothing worse than being stopped at the bridge by the evil troll. He's a Gap troll. Works at the Gap.
Side, they must defeat this troll in some manner. This challenge represents the final test on the path to heaven. It is the testing of the soul and Judgment Day. In this tale, the judgment is represented by a physical guardian of the way, the troll. Through trickery and using their heads, figuratively and literally, the three goats pass the test. After proving their worth, the three billy goats gruff make their way to the green hills and happily gorge themselves on the lush grass. At last they have reached paradise.
Yeah, James be knowing all the stories. James be bringing me so much stuff. It's hard for me to keep up with it. I'm like, but it's every day James has got something cool for me to watch. I don't even have to look at. I'll be just like, all right, what's James got today? Why is James crying? Because he just got dunked on.
This fairy tale has been manifested in concrete. In lower downtown Seattle, the mythical bridge makes its appearance in a not-so-subtle way. Spanning Lake Union, the Aurora Bridge connects the high-class Queen Anne neighborhood to the down-to-earth artsy Fremont district.
Oh, Lord, not the artsy district. We got one of them here in Norfolk, too. There's a little artsy district. Remember I was talking about the dude the other day that was all happy with the umbrella? If y'all remember that. He was kind of walking through the little artsy district. But he was on the wrong side of the road because he was kind of in the hood. But it's weird because the hood's like right here. And then you got your artsy district. Like, if you... The rich, high-class people, if they stumble a half a block down the road, they'll get shot. It's weird. It seems like you would put your high-class neighborhood bars in like at least a middle-class neighborhood. But it's like the nicest stuff in the hood. Virginia don't make no sense, people. This is like a backward state, like completely.
To travel to the upscale Queen Anne area, however, one must first face the task of bypassing the troll, whose image is straight out of the Three Billy Goats Gruff. This large troll, designed by architect...
Steve's sitting there at the timer waiting for them brownies to be done. Steve, you need some special brownies. You need some of jimmyjamz magic mix for your brownies.
Steve Badamus resides under the Fremont side of the...
There you are, Steve. Look. This is what you look like waiting for them brownies right now. You just looking at the clock like, damn, I know them brownies going to be delicious. They're going to be all hot, and moist, and chocolatey.
Bridge, and has become an icon of the area as well as the destination for many Halloween parties. In this way, the deeply rooted concept of the troll under the bridge to heaven has abstracted itself and been manifested in a loving, playful way. The many tourists who visit the Fremont Troll have no idea that they are actually meeting one personification of that which will judge their own souls. This troll was posted a few months ago as a possible ME in one of the Mandela Effect groups.
See, it's this whole, everything's connected, everything happens for a reason. Boom, boom. The world is weird. We're all webbed together through collective conscious. One brain is Jim Carrey, and he's mad. He must have seen my video because they all got yoked. Everyone that he was in.
And now it crops up in reference to mythological symbology for the bridge. Originating in worldwide mythology and physically manifested today, the symbolism of bridges is deep and multifaceted. From the obscure to the well-known, different...
See, I think a bridge is different, guys. When I see a bridge, I think, damn, I'm going to have to walk up this bridge. Look at this hill. That's what I think when I see a bridge. I don't think no deeper than that. I don't go mythological. I don't be thinking, well, this bridge right here is a sign from God. It could be a gateway with an old hag waiting at it and a troll at the bottom of it. I don't think that. I'm thinking, look at this damn bridge that I'm going to have to walk over. That's what I'm thinking.
Cultures,
I'm lazy.
Mythologies show us that bridges are clearly much more than simply a means to cross over a gap in the landscape. Mythically speaking, these magnificent structural feats are
That's why I'm trying to do YouTube for a living. I'm lazy. I want to sit in this chair all day and eat cookies and milk and make enough money to buy me a Corvette, and I'll be good.
Attempting
for a minute
to recreate the pathway to heaven in the physical world and control our own transition to paradise.
Steve needs to get a clone. Not a clone, but a drone. I meant to say drone. I said clone. I don't think they make clones that ugly. Nah, I'm just playing. Get a drone and fly us some brownies. Just be like, drop it.
As I was checking out Rainbow Bridge from The Connection earlier, this is what I found. According to a recent news article, Rainbow Bridge has drawn national attention for its cultural significance to a group of Native American people, including the Navajo, Hopi, Paiute, Zuni, and the Ute tribes. The National Park Service has named the bridge a traditional cultural property because of its cultural significance to some American Indian tribes. It is now listed in the National Register of Historic Places.
Okay, guys, what's next? What do y'all want to go into? Let me pull the chat back up for a second, and we'll hop into something else. Y'all give me something good to watch that ain't make sure it ain't a TV show. Definitely not nothing that's a TV show. What's up, Heather? Heather found us. What's up, Heather? Everybody's finding a new home for the live show. That's good. I guess the message got out today a little bit. And we're going to keep pumping the message. We're going to keep jamming Jams TV down everybody's throat. That's why we call it Jams. Because we jamming it down your throat. What's good with you, Heather? How you been? How's life treating you? Haven't seen you in a couple days. Was wondering what you was up to. I know the last time we talked to you said you had a bunch of stuff going on. You had some stuff to take care of. I hope you're feeling better and you're in a better place and your spirits are higher.
Places. Also worth mentioning here is that the image to the website of the above article was also in my rainbow video.
Look, Steve, I hate to break the news to you. That Catch a Cheater show is so fake. It's so fake. But I tell you what is real. Catch a Predator is real. And you know, let me go into this one for a minute. You ever notice, like, if y'all haven't watched the MSNBC show How to Catch a Predator, it's like, you know, they get on chat rooms like this one, and somebody adult will act like they're a kid and wait for another adult to try to pick them up. Then they record the conversations, and then the dude Chris Hansen would be waiting for your ass in the kitchen, right? So when you creep up in the house, dudes be coming in getting naked and acting all crazy, right? To meet some little young boys and some young girls, and he'll come out, and you know your first instinct probably if you was one of them dudes is to run, right? And you can see it in their face, they're about to run, and he's always hits them with this, and I swear this will stop a child predator right in his tracks. He'll be like, "Have a seat. You want a cookie? You have a seat. You want a glass of orange juice?" And I mean, it stops a predator in his tracks. Like, he's like, yeah, matter of fact, I will have a cookie in this orange juice. And then it's weird because then they just start trying to lie themselves out of it. Like, oh yeah, I just came by because I smelled the cookies cooking. And they're like, they ain't even cook cookies. They're like some fucking Chips Ahoy. So yeah, I loved it. I love watching those. And see, they got another thing is creep catchers on YouTube, where a bunch of people like me, YouTube creators, they go out and they do this like Chris Hansen thing, but on their own, and they videotape it. And there's a bunch of videos of that on YouTube, if or creep chaser videos. And me and my buddies were talking about it, and we were like, look, man, I ain't running up on somebody that's a pedophile, because one, he's already a sick dude, and two, he might kill you. You know, some people think of, man, I ain't going back to prison or something like that. And you don't know, you running up, laughing, videotaping them, thinking you're going to expose some guy to the world for a few hits on YouTube, and you get yourself killed. None of this is worth my life. You know what I'm saying? I like you guys, but I ain't dying for none of you. You know, so I wouldn't want to put myself in a situation where I'd be around that type of people, bad people, anyway, under any circumstances. You know, even if it's to expose them, I wouldn't want to be around them to do it. You know, it's not my thing. But I do watch the videos occasionally, and it's real unprofessional, and it's not quite like Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen stuff is good. I mean, that dude is like he's the child catching guru, man. He's like the man when it comes to, like, he will make people freeze up. They'll be like, they don't even know who he is either. That's the bad thing. They'll be like, who are you? Because he kind of got that cop look, so they think they've been hemmed up by the cops. But really, it's worse, dude. You're on the news with the whole world watching you. It's even worse than the cops getting you. So that's why I like that show. And I like Cops. Next 48. I like all that. Spirits in the pics, huh? Boom, boom. Search for the light warrior of the 9. There's the latest cookies. There you go. Got it. If you don't, boom, boom. Hello. YouTube. Paranoid Skeptic has a new video. You think we can get away with showing Paranoid Skeptic's video? Let's see. Let's try it. I need to open it and you're right, I like Paranoid Skeptic's videos. Let's watch it.
Hello, friend. The reason for this communication is to tell you that you don't remember things as they were. Your recollection is different than what is real. Something in our reality is not right. This video addresses some of these concerns and has come to a conclusion. That conclusion is called convergence.
It's called convergence. Alright, guys, like always, we're using this to review for educational purposes under the Fair Use Act 1976 for reviewing purposes. We're just trying to learn about the Mandela effect and all these conspiracies. And why do I hear somebody singing in the background? Hold on, guys. Alright, here we go. Convergence. Paranoid Skeptic, man. Spooky dude.
What I'm about to tell you is a secret.
Alright. Once you tell us, though, it's no longer a secret. I don't know if he knows that. Let me text him. Tell him, hey, if you tell everybody on YouTube, it's not a secret anymore. Awesome video.
There are those in high places who do not want you thinking about this information. The rules have changed and things are different. Are you awake? Or are you lost in a dreamy slumber, unaware of your current condition?
I'm pretty lost. Like, I got up early to get this camera. Like, I had a long day. I had to go to the bank, the post office. It was like, I'm in a sleepy slumber.
Some embrace the change, and they call it a blessing, claiming miraculous attributes, while others consider them bad omens.
Told y'all people I'm psychic, right? I got all the good attributes. And I'm going to do psychic readings for $5. Anybody wants one, I'm telling you, it'll be the best $5 you ever spent in your life. My psychic abilities are dead on.
Harbingers of evil and wicked malice, bent on destroying the fabric of our existence. Whisperings of the gateways to hell being opened by colliding particles at near light speed, meant to unleash the secret.
I don't know if y'all seen that story on CNN yesterday, or the day before yesterday, but they were showing the gateway to hell. They found this entrance where animals and stuff kept dying. They kept bringing high priests in. They were doing sacrifices and stuff in front of this, and they thought it was the gateway to hell. But really, it was a tunnel, and it was letting off like methane gas, and it was killing animals that went in front of it, so that's why shit was dropping dead. That was on CNN the other day. I don't know if y'all watched the Clinton News Network.
Of the beginning of the universe, bringing out of hell, which was cursed to dwell there by a divine creator. In this
dude, I'm telling y'all guys, I am 100% psychic. Jimmy Jams don't tell y'all nothing that ain't true. I'm telling you, I have some weird psychic ability. And it's weird. I can't tell my future. I can't tell what my future is. I can't play the numbers like that. It don't work like that. It's something different than that. I can't explain it. But I'm serious. I'm dead serious when I say it. $5, I'll give you a psychic reading. I guarantee you, it'll be the best psychic reading you ever got. And not only can I prove it to you, I'll bring people in here as my witness to say, Jimmy is the most psychic person I know.
Episode, we discuss the larger picture. We examine new possibilities and ask new questions in regards to the Mandela effect. Who is actively medicating the populace through fluoridating in the water? Chemical spraying from planes and genetically altering our food.
Okay, boom boom, I'll check it out. I got my Discord up. It's just in my background. I mean, I don't have it like active like right here where I can see it this second, but it is in the one of my, it's open. But yeah, like I told you, I'm going to the Edward Casey Center. Why would I want to go to the Edward Casey Center if I wasn't psychic? Why would I even care, right? So there's something to it, right? Why do I want to go there? It's just so expensive.
Who are they targeting? What are they preparing us for to such a degree?
And that's where I'm going to do my psychic readings from, guys. From the Edward Casey Center. I'm going to channel the energy of Edward Casey. And people believe he was the greatest psychic in the world, right? So with my psychic abilities at the Edward Casey Center, channeling that energy, I'm going to give you the best psychic readings y'all ever had in your life. For $5. Psh, what's $5?
That they must tranquilize the entire species.
Do any of y'all watch Ed Bassmaster? That psst, I get that from him. Psst, just look at it. Just look at him. You just gotta look at it. Sometimes you gotta stop and just look at it.
With chemicals that make us docile, that radically shorten our lives and our existence. Are they preparing us for convergence? Merriam-Webster defines convergence as the act of converging and especially moving toward union or uniformity. Some folks are reporting that they are remembering multiple events as one event. In other words, they're remembering things like, Luke, I am your father, and no, I am your father, as the same event.
That's weird he says that, because everybody, I kind of always thought it was Luke, I am your father, but for some reason my memory is just burnt to the conversation they were having. And he was talking about, he goes, you killed my father. And then he's like, no, I am your father, right? So I always never believed he said Luke. But I think subconsciously so many people had said Luke, I am your father, that I just picked up saying it. But my memory is of him saying no. I know I'm a Mandela guy and I hate to go against any Mandela, but I honestly, when I share my memories with you guys, I share my real memories with you. So I can't sit up here and say, yeah, I remember that, it's a Mandela effect. For me, it wasn't. It was, he said no in my memory. You know, like when I dig in the archives and I'm not half baked, he says no. Yeah, it's weird, but it is what it is.
As this phenomenon progresses, the logical outcome of something like this might trigger mass psychosis, hence the need to medicate and sedate the population as a whole. Remembering a multitude of outcomes for a single event could be a paradox that breaks the mental psyche of the average human. Enter fluoridation. Fluoride is a byproduct of the...
I'm good at remote viewing, dudes. I'm telling you. I have this weird sense about people.
Aluminum manufacturing process. During World War II, fluoride was used by the Nazis in concentration camps to keep the inmates passive. The poison served as a means to decrease resistance to authority. Currently, about 372 million people, around 5.7% of the world's population, receive artificially fluoridated water in about 24 countries, including Australia, Canada, Ireland, the US, and the UK.
How y'all guys enjoying y'all's fluoridated water? Is it good for y'all? Me, myself, if the city made the water a little better, maybe I would drink their poison, but our water's terrible, so I never drink city water anyway. It's either bottled distilled water or I'm drinking a soda, which is probably made with pure sugar and stuff to kill you anyway, battery acid. You ever notice that Coca-Cola will actually eat corrosion off of your battery? You know, there's some terrible stuff in that.
Aside from toothpaste, which if
that's what she said, boom boom.
Toddler, it can kill that toddler. Fluoride can be found everywhere. Even if you don't live in a community that adds fluoride to its water supply, you can still be exposed to fluoridated water. Because once fluoride is added to water, it can be found in places like most processed beverages and food. In the US, studies have shown that sodas, juices, sports drinks, beers, and many other processed foods, including infant foods, have elevated fluoride levels.
I'm gonna die for sure. I drink so much Coke. I got a drink machine in my room. That's how much of it I drink.
Fluoride is used in some pesticides to kill insects and other pests. As a result of fluoride pesticide use, some food products, particularly grape products, dried fruit, dried beans, cocoa powder, and walnuts have high levels of fluoride.
All my favorite foods. What am I supposed to do now? Everything's fluoridated.
Tea plants absorb fluoride from the soil. As a result, tea leaves, particularly old tea leaves, contain high levels of fluoride. Brewed black tea averages about 3 to 4 parts per million fluoride, while commercial iced tea drinks contain between 1 and...
Yes, Amanda, you can draw something and send it to me. Let me give you the P.O. box. I'm going to burn this P.O. box into y'all's head so everybody remembers it. 7433. 7433. P.O. Box 7433. Chesapeake, Virginia 23324 is the zip code. 23324 is the zip code. On my video, Amanda, the JM's TV, the one that's titled Huge Announcement, I talk about the P.O. Box, and I have it written up there too, so you can see it. So if you go back to JM's TV, regular JM's TV, it'll be under the video that says Huge Announcement, and it'll have all that information of how you can send me stuff. I actually got a drawing from I got a letter just here the other day with a drawing on it. I had to get a frame for it. I'm gonna hang it up behind me. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna hang y'all. If y'all send me stuff, if y'all draw or y'all send me anything like that, I'm gonna hang it up. I keep everything. Sarah sent me 4 quarters and a nice little letter and a $1 bill. I kept the $1 bill and I kept the 4 quarters. I haven't spent it. So I keep everything you guys send me. The toys. Sharktacon Gnaw sent me the Transformers, the Primal Optimus, the Bumblebee, and the Optimus Prime. And there's been a few other things sent to me, and I can't thank you guys enough. I got awesome people that hang out with me, and I'm glad y'all take the time to sit down and write me and email me, and that's why, man, I always take the time to sit back and write everybody back. So guys, if y'all send me a letter, most likely y'all gonna get a letter back from me, so make sure you put a return address on it, and most likely you'll get a letter back from Jimmy Jams. Now, you send me some money, I'm going to draw you something. Now, it's going to be like a stick man holding a blunt, but it's going to be the best stick man holding a blunt you ever seen. I'm telling you.
4 parts per million. As a result of these elevated levels, numerous studies have linked excessive tea consumption to a bone disease, skeletal fluorosis, caused by too much fluoride intake.
I drink the hell out of some tea, too. I be loving some tea. Every time I go out, I'm like, let me get some sweet tea.
Fluorinated pharmaceuticals, many pharmaceuticals are fluorinated, meaning they contain a carbon fluoride bond. Mechanically processed chicken meats have the highest level, with chicken sticks containing an average of 3.6 parts per million. Boiling water in Teflon pans increases the amount of fluoride in the water. In workplace exposure, fluoride is a common air contaminant in industrial workplaces. As a result, workers in many heavy industries, including the aluminum, fertilizer, iron, oil refining, semiconductor, and steel industries, can be routinely exposed to high levels of fluoride.
Okay, he's worried about stuff. Look, guys, when I got out of high school, when I was 19 years old, I went to school for removing hazardous materials. I went to the Virginia Science Institute when I graduated from school for some more school, and I ended up going in to work removing hazardous materials. So my plan was to clean up crime scene and stuff like that, you know, hazardous stuff, spills, diesel spills, any type of hazardous material, blood. But what field I was working in was more of a demolition field where we were moving lead, asbestos, whatever hazardous other chemicals that would be on military bases and stuff like that. So I actually was around all kind of bad stuff for years. I worked doing that job for I think 3 years, but I had a super good respirator. I wore a full face respirator that pumped air to me, and you walked around like, you know, like Back to the Future dudes. And I worked, it was terrible. In the summertime it was so hot. I hated that job, but I made so much money because coming out of high school I was like probably 19, and you know, my buddies are making like $9-10 an hour, and I was making like $30, $35, $47 an hour. I was bringing home like checks that were like $2 grand a week, and I was just killing it. I was killing it. And I had a family member that worked there with me. He got hurt and sued the company. They piss test me and suspended me for pissing dirty, and I ended up quitting. I was mad because they took it out on me. Is how I felt. Like I didn't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Why am I pissing in a cup? It had nothing to do with me. We didn't work on the same crew. We were just family members. And one of my family members got hurt on the job and ended up suing the company. And, you know, I'm still working at the company. So they take it out on me. So shit happens.
Exposure. The blue-collar working class seems to be targeted in the focused, concentrated delivery of fluoride. Enter chemtrails. If one thing happens to be a reoccurring theme, it is the presence of aluminum. Below our
Yeah, we need like a catchy 1-800-COLLECT jingle, 7433, you know me, or something. I don't know. Y'all have to be clever and come up with something.
feet and floating down from aircraft in the clouds, chemtrails, those long-lasting streams of white clouds left by various planes in the sky, are allegedly comprised of primarily aluminum, barium, and strontium. How do we know this to be true? Lab tests.
Lab tests. I don't know. I ain't really got into the chemtrail thing too much. I see planes and I don't know. That's a weird one for me to buy into. If like they go fly over just occasionally and spray some aluminum. I mean, I could see it if it was something to do with the HARP or it had more to it than let's just poison people, because if that was the case, they'd be flying damn crop dusters over you or sending anthrax to your house in the mail.
Lab tests conducted by Basic Laboratories of Redding, California. They did a test on Mount Shasta in California, and it showed in a detailed report that 3/4 of a mile above the upper ski bowl parking lot that the snow surface.
Oh, I see you, 812. Van Halen. Don't think I don't know my Van Halen. I used to listen to David Lee Roth back in the day when he was hot for teacher.
Contained 61,100 micrograms per liter of aluminum, which is 61 times over the government limit. Basic Laboratories also allegedly found barium at 83 micrograms and strontium at 383 micrograms per liter. These chemicals are not just being released by military planes, but by civilian passenger jets and other commercial transport. Who pays for this? And who dictates when and where a chemtrail will be administered? Who is the selected target of this process and why? I would be remiss.
I think our government's too cheap to spend any money on chemicals to spray on us. They're like, the hell with these people. They ain't gonna spend no money to spray us. You really wouldn't have to kill people like that anyway. All you would have to do is cause a food famine or a drought or a plague. It'd be a lot easier to kill people off than flying around spraying chemtrails.
In this video, if I didn't include the
I'm just saying, if our government wanted to do that, which we know our government wouldn't do that here in America because we have the best government in the world. They love us. They would never not do nothing to hurt our people. And even on this channel, I don't want to end up in a FEMA camp. Donald Trump, you the man.
Claim that this report had been debunked, but probably not for the reasons of conspiratorial chemtrails, but because a report like this would be bad for business for Shasta. But if you look on the...
Ain't Shasta a soda? Was that Shasta? Might be a Mandela effect. I can't remember.
report, there is clear contact information, and why make such a claim for the purpose of deceit? To who, for whom, and for what? Dateline, Warren, Michigan. A local spots black chemtrail and photographs it over the blue-collar working class community of Warren, Michigan.
Oh Lord, not Warren, Michigan. Don't they already got contaminated water, lead in their pipes?
With a 300mm high-definition DSLR camera, he captured a black chemtrail that ceased...
Okay, look, I'm going to teach y'all something since, you know, I did go to school for this type of stuff. Materials and different stuff that could be in your water that could hurt you. Lead, guys. Out of all things, lead is worse for men than it is for women to be around lead. One, lead ain't good for women either at all. But in men, lead will take the lead out of your pencil. Okay? Now that ain't something you want to hear as a young guy going into a field where this is the stuff you're working with. You know what I'm saying? But that is really the side effect from it. If your body is exposed to too much lead, it will make your... it won't work. So every year they do lead tests because everybody has a little level of lead in their body anyway. So, but you can't have elevated levels of lead. So I had lead tests and stuff done like that every year because I worked around them type of things, acids and leads and chemicals being burned and stuff like that. But at the same time, like I said, I wore a $1,800 mask. It was a scuba mask. It force fed air to me, and I kept my safety stuff straight. When you work with these chemicals, they got these things you break. Like, you know how people got smelling sauce that you break? Well, when you're in this field of working with hazard stuff, they got these little glass things. When you put your respirator on and you seal it and you make sure everything's sealed, and you take them you hold it and you take them breaths in to lock the mask. Then you take the stick and you break it, and this stuff is like almost like the smelling salt or something like that, but it smokes, so it lets out this little smoke cloud, and you start breathing to make sure your mask ain't taking nothing in. So you test it. So I kept a lot of these things around with me, so when I was doing anything that was even closely to dangerous, because like it ain't bad if something you're not messing with it, you know, you just walking by it. Houses were painted in lead. A lot of stuff's in lead still to this day. It ain't bad. It's bad when you start trying to strip it or like use acid on it to get rid of it. It starts to get bad and hazardous chemicals, and it's terrible. More of the story is I used to go to work and sleep all day in the morning. The boss, I had to go in the room and go to sleep because I'd be tired. And I went out there rushing one day to strip this column that was a lead column. It was a pole inside of a Apache helicopter hangar. That's where they keep the Apache helicopters. And they had these poles so that the little carts can't drive too far or something. But they had been painted in lead, and they needed to strip the lead off these poles. And so the thing about stripping lead is you got this little paintbrush that's about the size of a dime. And you paint a little tiny spot, and you wait for that acid to eat it, and then you take a little scraper and you go like this, and you repeat the process all day long. That is so boring. It's the most boringest thing in the world, right? But I had slept all day, and you know, I wanted to look like I got some work done, so I painted a big area to strip on this column, right? And I was doing it all quick. And you gotta remember, I got rubber on. I'm wearing, you know, a whole, looks like, you know, some Back to the Future spacesuit, right? And I'm putting this acid on, and all of a sudden a little tiny drop of this acid flings off the brush, flies into the air, right? Now you gotta remember, I got my whole face covered with a glass mask, and I got a plastic hoodie on. It lands right between the hoodie and right between my mask on my forehead, and it feels like somebody just took a blowtorch to my head, guys. I mean, just literally. And the thing about this acid is they got this powder and shit that they pack in it, they put on it, and it stops it burning almost instantly. But it was like somebody had a torch on my head. The acid would have literally ate through my skull. It would have just keep eating and keep eating. If they hadn't not put the stuff on it to stop the acid, it would have just ate. It would have ate through my skull. So they had to take me to the not to the ER, but they had a place on base that was for like chemical burns and stuff like that, because that's technically what it was a chemical burn. But it got me on the head. It burnt so bad. I learned a good lesson that day. Like, take your time, don't rush. This stuff's dangerous. Don't forget what I do for a living's dangerous type thing. And yeah, it sucked.
Introducing its trail over an upper middle class community on the coastline across from the Canadian border. What makes this a curious chemtrail is the amount of time it lingered in the sky, and the color of the chemtrail, and where it was delivered. The blue-collar working class once again seemed to be targeted on the list for concentrated and consistent exposure to being sprayed with chemicals. When I searched online for a correlation of why we were being so heavily sprayed with aluminum, the first thing that came up in my Google search when
Smell-o-vision, yeah, smell-o-vision would be great. Then I'd be hungry all the time. Jam story time. I used to live at the beach at the ocean front, right, on the strip, which I guess it would be like, you know, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You know how you got the strip there, but Virginia Beach, I lived right on the strip. I had an apartment on the strip. Right across the street was the beach, right? So, but I lived above a bar, and it was called Peppers. And above the bar was 4 apartments. I lived in one apartment. My sister lived in one apartment, and my buddy lived across the hall. And the other guy was a surfer dude. He was never there. So there's really 3 of us probably living up there, above the bar. But my apartment sat right above the kitchen. Okay, so you know, I'm a young single dude. You go in my house, open the refrigerator, there ain't shit. There ain't, it echoes, nothing, right? Because I still, to this day, I don't cook, right? Back then, I really didn't cook. And but my house always smelled like steak and shrimp, because it was like a steak and shrimp place that was underneath me. So you come in my house, because it sat right above the kitchen, and it would smell like food all day long. You'd be so hungry, right? I come in, you know, because the strip is all bars. You could walk out my door and there's like 15, 20 bars, right? You just hit a bar. You know, that's the bad thing. I was drinking way too much because I lived, like, it wasn't nothing to do but bar hop. Walk out door, bar hop, right? But the whole house smelled like food. Everybody came over and be like, Jimmy, what are you cooking, man? It smells good. We'd be like, man, I ain't cooking nothing. That's the kitchen downstairs. But see, my sister managed the kitchen downstairs too. So I could go down there and like make me food and cook me steaks and stuff like that. But I would have to go down there and cook it. So, you know, I'm lazy. I didn't do that much.
looking into aluminum was the immediate denial of a link with Alzheimer's. Now, I don't know about you, but when I see such a strong denial on something that I wasn't even searching, well, I become curious.
I didn't even have baking soda in my refrigerator. You open that bitch up, it smelled like it'd been sitting there dead. Food, no food in it. Occasionally you see like a beer in it.
So after Google searching the link between Alzheimer's and aluminum, I decided to start Google searching the connection between aluminum and fluoride. That is when the truth started to reveal itself. And not from Snopes, who are doing nothing but being liars, who are doing very little in-depth research on any subject, but from the US government, which clearly links aluminum to not only Alzheimer's, but other neural diseases such as autism,
Maybe I should stop drinking out these aluminum cans then.
ALS, and neurodegeneration. There has also been an uptick in these diseases. When I was a child, autism was not common. Now, according to the CDC, 1 in 68 children have some form of autism. Let's take a look at the government data itself from a report titled Aluminum in the Central Nervous System, Toxicity in Humans and Animals, Vaccine Adjuvants, and...
Okay, guys, I never get flu shots because I swear the government's trying to kill you. I'm just playing. Government loves us. But I don't get flu shots because that stuff scares me. Because they got to give you a little bit of the virus to build up the antibodies to it. But we've seen from these shots that they've given people, there's been crazy side effects, even people dying. And I ain't taking no parts in that. I'll take my chances with the flu. And, you know, if I get sick, then I'll take some medicine. But I ain't taking some pre-medicine before I'm even sick. Because what if I don't get sick? Then I just got sick, took a virus that I wasn't even going to get.
Autoimmunity by C.A. Shaw. In the document, Shaw claims that in terms of bioavailability,
I am definitely going to do that. I am going to try the peanuts in my Coke. I swear, as soon as I get a chance.
aluminum is now found in drinking water due to its action as a flocculant. It is a common additive in various processed foods. It is added to cosmetics of many types.
There you go, ladies. You start putting that makeup on your face, you rubbing aluminum up there, you're going to have autism, and you're going to be like, one of them old people that don't remember who they are.
And increasingly shows up in pharmaceutical products. Notably, in regard to the latter, various aluminum salts are used as vaccine adjuvants. As a result of all of...
Okay, the polio vaccine, what about it? Yeah, I mean, there's some things that, yeah, if it's killing off the whole country, yeah, I would say, yeah, take your polio vaccination. I got it when I was young. Not by choice, but by, you just had to have it to go to school. But, like, for the longest time, there ain't been a case of polio in so long. They kind of wiped it out. I think it was just here recently that it had came back up again, like people were getting polio, but they had had completely had knocked it out to where even if you hadn't have gave people and I don't even think it was in this country, in the United States, it was like a third world country that it had popped up in. So I mean, really, if you wasn't vaccinated here for it, there really ain't no threat of it either.
This aluminum...
But I ain't saying all of it's bad. I'm just saying if you go get a vaccination for every single thing that hasn't... Well, look, the polio vaccination has been around a long time. So people have seen the side effects of it and seen, you know, they take their chances. Some of these vaccines ain't been around but a couple years. You don't know the side effects because nobody's been around long enough to know what's going to happen to them down the road. That stuff scares me, man. I stay away from doctors.
The human environment is increasingly found in our bodies, and that aluminum is extremely reactive with carbon and oxygen, two of the leading elements of life on Earth. For this reason...
Okay, he's scaring me with all this aluminum stuff and the scary music. I'm gonna have some nightmares later or something. All right, let me pull your chat up so I can keep up with you guys, and when this replay goes, people can see what y'all are saying. So when I post it on Jams TV, people can see what we were talking about, guys. Alright, let's see. Good thing I don't wear makeup. I'm allergic to it anyways. So boom, boom, don't wear no makeup. Stuff to make your face break out, ladies. Dirty up your pores. Heather only wears makeup on rare occasions. Let's see. As long as we are not getting, we're good. Yeah, right. I see. That's also true enough. Okay. The #1 cause of Alzheimer's is aluminum. Not true, Jimmy. What's not true? What did I say that wasn't true? I said so much shit I forget what I said. Yeah, I've seen that stuff too. And that's real bad. I heard that is like the most common sexually transmitted disease known to man is HPV. Like, so many people carry it and don't even know they have it, that it's like massive amounts of people. Makeup makes your face break out. It makes my face break out too. That's why I don't wear it. Plus I'm not emo. I'm happy. Alright, let's get back to the video for a minute. I'm going to be up here with you guys to for 15 more minutes. I'm going to jump off here at 1 o'clock. See, y'all guys got me for 15 more. If y'all can put up with my face that long, guys.
The widespread use of bioavailable aluminum may have immense and far-reaching implications for the health of humans and animals. He then went on to say that exposure to humans and animals to various aluminum from various sources can have deleterious consequences on the developing and adult nervous system. I invite you to read the whole report yourself. A link will be provided for you in the description for this video. By the way, if you are not offended and outraged at this moment, you should be. You should pick up your phone and call your congressman and demand answers. Dropping them several emails will also help.
They ain't no good and well. They ain't replying back. No email, paranoid skeptic. They might, if you get lucky. You have to hit them up on their private server, though. And who has their private server emails?
So why do this? Passivity. How does this tie into the Mandela effect? Is there a point of convergence where all realities meet in time and in space? As you know, changes to the bodies have been occurring. Changes to the heart, the liver, the kidneys, the shoulder.
Okay, what was it? Who y'all asking out on a date? What y'all got going on?
The skull, and even the brain. We are being conditioned as we are being changed. With the shrinking of our frontal lobe, our capacity for understanding is diminished.
I was wondering why I was getting so stupid. I woke up today and I was just like, man, I feel stupider than I felt yesterday. Now I know that my brain is actually diminishing. So now I don't feel so bad.
Is this the action of our government and military? Or is there another otherworldly connection using the military as accomplices? There seems to be a larger picture at play here. It seems that the working class is being hyper-targeted for passivity. Why is this?
I'm going to have to get a dictionary just to listen to Paranoid Skeptic. He hits me with these big words I don't know. Makes me feel like a dum-dum.
The working class being conditioned for a specific task or event. The elderly also seem to be targeted with aluminum poisoning, which leads to Alzheimer's. And what about the connections to ALS and autism? Why are certain demographics of the populace being targeted, and who's targeting them, and what is their nefarious purpose in doing so? Many of you already know that CERN has released video images of their collisions to demonstrate to the general public the nature of their work. Immediately, people started seeing faces in the images. I wanted to share some of those images, along with certain highlight filtering to bring out the image. And
it's going to be all pictures of me, guys. Y'all better be ready. Long as Paranoid Skeptic don't expose to the world that I'm an evil leader reptilian, then we're good. The Jimmy Jams is just all a front.
And reduce the background noise. Now, these might be demons, but one of the images that I was studying had a familiar look to it. You'd be the judge. Do you see the face? Who does it look like to you? Now, this image is at such a minute level. It may simply be a dimensional looking glass peering through the next dimension.
If I had a glass where I could look through to the next dimension, I'd tap on it and be like, yo, Jimmy, are we rich in that dimension?
If they are fracturing dimensions, the person on the other side.
I've heard a lot about chocolate covered bacon. I do drink breakfast shots though, like a shot of Jameson, orange juice, and a piece of bacon. They're pretty good. Tastes like a pancake.
Or the other dimension may not even notice or know that they are being watched through CERN's looking glass. Several pictures from the LHC have.
Okay, let's see. I just watched some amazing video on people selling debts, cars, and student loans, mortgages, taxes, all paid off in full from making their own. Alright, no joke. When you guys have time, research it. Oh, I've heard of stuff like that. A promissory note. Same thing the bank does when they give you money, is they inflate the money that's in the bank times 3. And that's how they give out their money, their loans, or something like that. You gotta. That's a whole zeitgeist thing. We did go over zeitgeist that one day, but I really didn't let it get to the financial aspect of everything. But zeitgeist goes over a lot of stuff about your currency, the debt that comes on the currency, who that debt goes to, and it's not your federal government like you think. You're the only person alive, boom boom, that don't like bacon.
Surface that seem to show faces within the construct of the collisions. When the filters are applied to the images, certain features become more clear and pronounced. You, again, be the judge. Some faces take on a stark, alien, or demonic vibe. In previous videos, we were reluctant to attach any religious association with CERN. But in light of the overwhelming evidence to the contrary, we must re-examine our position. Even Google Earth identifies the statue of Shiva, the destroyer, standing in front of CERN as a place of worship. From satanic rituals being performed and videotaped, to bizarre videos.
Why would they have that statue at CERN anyway? That's a little weird, don't you guys think? CERN is a little spooky. It's a little bit spooky. It's almost as spooky as Paranoid Skeptic.
So scientists dancing all around in an occult-like manner. And then there are other pictures from CERN that make it a point to mock those who understand that there's been a dimensional quantum shift. So could they be trying to create a porthole to traverse from one dimension to another, possibly opening up the gates of hell itself? Quite possibly. Here is the conclusion that I promised you in the beginning of this video. You may have to wrap your mind around the idea of having memories of two realities at once.
Yep, that's what I've been dealing with. Memories of two realities at once. I'm pretty good with dealing with it now. I've done accepted it.
Those who remember things differently, well, they've lost their reality in a moment when one electron had its weight changed, and their universe at that point imploded. This reality is obviously fractured, and the anomalies reflecting that fact are making themselves present. Sounds of trumpets ringing in the air.
I've heard about that. Nobody can explain that one, like the trumpets playing. I don't know if you guys have seen videos on that, but the weird noises coming from the sky. People have recorded it. Like, I've heard one dude that go out this hatch that goes out into his roof. He lived in like a big tall building, and he would go out the hatch. And every time he opened the hatch, it'd be these trumpets playing. Like, I don't know, and it just sounded like it was coming from the sky. Like he would pan the camera around, and you could kind of hear the background noise. But when he would pan up, it'd be like damn trumpets playing. It was weird. Like angels were in the sky playing trumpets.
Loud ground-shaking booms. fantastic and brilliant lights illuminate.
Now, them booms are coming from a top secret plane that the U.S. military is creating. I'll probably end up in a FEMA camp for telling y'all that, but it is. Them booms, them 3 booms, that's as it's breaking the sound barrier, the speed barrier. They're breaking all kind of barriers. That's why it's multiple booms. Like you're hearing it boom, boom, boom. And a lot of people say there's that top secret plane, the Aurora. That's an anti-gravity plane. FEMA camp stuff right here, guys. But from what I've heard, the U.S. military is working on some anti-gravity plane. And a lot of people say, oh man, that's conspiracy, that's bull. Well, it's not bull, because if you watch all the scientists at Boeing and Lockheed, and you know they're in with our military, because that's their contract, is our military first. The U.S. military's #1 priority. And you talk to their scientists about what they're designing for commercial use planes, they're already starting to work towards anti-gravity propulsion. So if they're already trying to work it into commercial planes, you know the military avenue at some point would have to have some stuff like this. But I ain't saying they do, because our military is great and they wouldn't lie to us. If they had it, they would tell us. But and it ain't that's booming in the sky. It ain't that top secret plane, because our military don't got one. They wouldn't lie to us. Our government's great. Just remember that, guys.
The nighttime skies. So to recap, a nefarious source who has enough pull with world governments has the ability to pacify you and I through medicating the collective sum of humanity.
Let me see that boom boom.
Fluoridating the
Let me see that boom
raining
boom.
down aluminum from the heavens to slow and limit the potential of humanity by inflicting the general populace with mind-altering chemicals, a process similarly used by the Nazis. Is this chemical assault meant to pacify the populace?
Yeah, our government got some stuff, guys, that you ain't seen. You ain't even seen it on TV. Imagine, look, what, in the early 90s, the stealth bomber was no longer top secret. You know why? Because they had a different top secret plane they were working on, so it wasn't a big deal no more. They had something better than that they were trying to create. That's why the stealth bomber wasn't top secret. It didn't get discovered, remember? They released it. They said, hey, this is our new plane. But they had it for years. People have been reporting that plane as a UFO for like the last damn 25 years.
The populace forget one reality and create a coping mechanism for living with the understanding that we are existing currently in more than just one reality? Or is it a bit of both? We believe the latter to be true. The big question is who. We know what they are doing. And we have a suspicion or a partial reason why. But the answers will come out when we find out who it is doing this. Now, there are some who say it may be a demon or aliens or other dimensional...
Guys, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all now. I've been responsible for this Mandela effect the whole time. I came back in time. You think somebody from this time is as cool as me? No, I'm future. I'm the future, right? I'm future cool. So I come back, I change a couple things. I didn't know I was, you know, because I'm a dumb. I didn't know everything around was going to change. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I will try not to change no more, you guys, this reality. Okay? I'll see what I can do. I can't make no promises, but I'll see what I can do. Let's wrap this up. And I'm going to get out of here, guys. 2 a.m. I'm staying on my schedule. 11 to 1. So.
beings. These are three.
And I was on time tonight, guys.
We are commonly left with that we can't necessarily dismiss. It is time, however, to get some answers. By the way, who remembers the country of Belarus next to Poland? Yeah, neither do I. Welcome to the Mandela effect. Tell you what, they're in the news a lot lately, and I've never heard of them until about a week ago. Remember, the ideas proposed in this video are just theories. It is almost impossible to truly...
Nah, I don't need no swollen head, that's for sure. I got a big enough head as it is. My neck barely holds it up.
know completely what is afoot. If you like this content, please take a moment and subscribe. If you want to be alerted when new videos are released, click the alert bell. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That encourages me to keep going. Most importantly, if this video resonates with you, please share it. By sharing it, you help me promote it, and that empowers me and enables me to make more of these videos.
That's how you give a thumbs up, guys. That's what y'all should be doing in my videos.
Thank you so much for watching my show today.
You're welcome, Paranoid.
Please be sure to leave your comments and thoughts below in the comment section. Your ideas, energy, and experiences help me understand and gain further information into this unexplained phenomena. End communication.
End communication. Okay, that was our good old buddy Paranoid Skeptic. We're going to have to get him back on the show, because last time he was on, we were having like some communication problems. It was going crazy for both of us in the beginning. He was probably the most difficult interview to do because of all the technical issues that we were having. But he's a pretty cool dude. I like his videos. They're spooky, and he's got a way bigger vocabulary than me, boy. But wow, I'll be having to look up words he say. I'll be like, let me pull out the dictionary. Okay. Okay, so tomorrow night I'm going to rework the tags because there's a lot of us locals in here, so we need to get some new outsiders. So I'm going to rework the tags, put some better tags in, work the head and the image to the show a little bit, so it draws the eye when you go past it. So I'm going to be working on that stuff to continue making everything better. Yeah, I'm not going to sleep. I'm just getting off. I'm going to watch some UFC and stuff like that. I never go to bed this early. 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Nah, I'll be up for a while. I don't know. If I get too bored, I might come back on live. I might rework the channel a little bit, rework the tags, come back up here. And but it's late. It probably ain't going to be nobody on but in California. But yeah, you know, never hurts if I got a little extra time, because I ain't making no videos tonight. I'm all videoed out. So, but guys, like always, thanks each and every one of you guys. Always, y'all can hit me up in email, text messages, phone calls, all that stuff. You know the deal. I'm always available most of the time, except when I'm asleep. Don't mess with me when I'm asleep. So at this point, I guess y'all know what time it is.
Check, check. Hey yo, Mandela effect. I think I seen a UFO. What?
It's the Jimmy Jam Show.
Mandela effect. I think I seen a UFO. It's the Jimmy Jam Show. It's the Jimmy Jam Show. It's the Jimmy Jam Show. Conspiracy. It's the Jimmy Jam Show. It's the Jimmy Jam Show. It's the Jimmy Jam Show. What? I think I seen a UFO.
Alright, guys. Y'all sleep well. Be safe. I will see y'all tomorrow if I don't come back on later tonight or tomorrow morning. So be easy, be safe, and I'll see you guys around.